Hey, welcome back. We have, I think, two knives here. This is the one I think it is. What am I doing here? This doesn't look like I expected it to. Am I opening the wrong side of it? Yeah, I'm opening the wrong side of it. It's late. It's been a long day. Company I work for was acquired, and I've been kind of doing two jobs lately, so my existing job and integration into the new company. It's like starting a new job while you still have your other job. It's kind of crazy. If you haven't been through an acquisition, it's a little bit of a roller coaster. It's great though. Really first world problem for sure. But that has taken a lot of time from the knives. Got to keep time for the family, so you only have so much in the day. So I backed off a little bit on some knife buying, but slipped up a little bit over the weekend or something like that. I can't remember when it was, and ended up buying a couple. So I figure I might as well share that with you. Let's see what we think. All right, I think we're going to start with this one here, because I've been seeing pictures of these quite a bit lately, and I was really curious to get some hands on one and see what I thought. This is the T.W. Price design. If I can get it open. That's kind of cool. Got a little something on it, but neat little card there. So the T.W. Price design Dawn version 2. This one's M390 in Damasteel. Blue, gray, and black. I didn't think this was, it must be a, oh no, this is M390. This is M390, not Damasteel. Sorry, they just say you could be one or the other. My bad. Anyway, got you excited there about the Damasteel. But yeah, these are really pretty looking knives, and they got a front flipper, a fuller, kind of everything I'm into. And then this guy had a Damascus clip, additional Damascus clip to go with it. It's pretty cool. Let's see what we think. The right weight and everything, that's for sure. Feeling it. Feeling it. Ooh, nice action. Ooh, not bad. First try on the front flipper, always a good sign. The closing action's good, but kind of frictional. It's interesting. Let's see real quickly. I want to really solid on the lockup. See if the front to back, yeah, really solid here. So it might be even over. No, I don't think it's over tightened. I think they just make it so it's a little more controlled. You know, what's interesting here is, oh, I was like, that looks like it's kind of made where you can kind of get in there and front flip it, or thumb flip it too, and you can, and it's actually really good for it. As you can see, I've never seen a review of this knife. Otherwise, usually when I watch a review, then I know how people deploy them and stuff, and I kind of know what to expect when I get it. Feels like a brand new edge. Maybe not here. Sometimes it's kind of hard to sharpen the curve, so that could be a factory. But I think it's like brand new. I think that it was sold to me as brand new, so. Oof, that's a really sweet knife. Really like the ergos. Really like the ergos. I'd go for a little more jimping a little further up, or something to just make it a little easier to get your, you know, there's really no jimping up here. So something that makes it a little more comfortable to choke up on it. It does have this like small finger trail here to choke up on, which is kind of nice. But it's not the best for like getting up into a draw cut or something like that. It's definitely more of a traditional knife shape. Really like the liner lock on there though. That's sweet. And the detent is just freaking perfect. That might be like the best detent knife I've ever felt. I'm trying to think of one where I liked the detent more than that, because it's enough where you can load up and you don't really miss, but it's not so light that it's gonna like pop out before you have enough pressure on the front flipper or whatever. or the thumb hole for that matter. You know, when it starts to pop out, that's when you lose it. That is sweet. Wow, that's fantastic. All right, let's give this thing a little weigh in, and maybe I'll do some measurements on it and stuff, because this is a pleasant surprise. I've had a couple pleasant surprises lately. The other one I really liked recently was the Skiff Drifter. Really caught my eye. But this is the exact opposite of that one. That knife is a flipper, and this is a front flipper in fuller thumb reverse flick. Basically the exact opposite deployment. 3.64 ounces, just the right weight for what it is. I think it's probably about a 3 1/4 cutting edge. 3 1/4. So given the materials used and whatnot, it's right in there. Let's take a look at the milling. Perfect little milling work, both in terms of the outside. You can see under the pocket clip. Nice little landing pad there, it looks like. Am I seeing things? Yeah, now it's a nice little smoothed out landing pad under there, right? Yeah. That's nice. But it's not very obvious. It's very subtle. Of course, it's not ambidextrous, but that, you know, unfortunate for the lefties out there. And then just a little bit of milling off of the back of the titanium here. It looks very thoughtfully made. And unfortunately, this is one of those ones that I didn't know a lot about and didn't do a lot of research on. I believe I recall, and given the materials and the price, it must have been made in China. And if I had to guess, based on the feel here and the detent, I'm going like maybe Bestech or Riot. I'm starting, like I remember hearing that in videos that people could tell what manufacturer, or like that it was made in China versus in the US. I was like, that's crazy. Once you've handled a few hundred knives though, you really do start to be able to tell the difference. And I'm feeling like Bestech or Riot on this, but it could be somewhere else. Whoever did it did a phenomenal job. This is really nicely tuned. Oh yeah, I like this thing a lot. Let's get the length measurements on it real quick. So cutting edge right at 3, the blade 3 1/4-ish, maybe attached longer, and overall length open 7 1/2, handle folded, looking at like 4 1/4 if you include the flipper tab, 4 1/2. Whew, sweet. Glad I pulled the trigger on this guy. I'm not like huge on this Timascus, but it does go really nicely with this, not a big Timascus clip guy. It goes really nice with that pivot collar though. So that does pair up pretty nicely there, I have to say. But for me, I'd probably go for this knife, no ano. You know, just a good old titanium variant, to me would be just fantastic. I've seen a couple that I really liked the aesthetics on. I can't really place what it is that I liked about them. I'd have to go look at some of the other models again, but now I'm interested. This is just, I mean, dare I say, better action than the Oz Roosevelt. This is basically, you know what this reminds me of? It's a better, I hate saying this out loud. It's like the Shark Knife Waka. It's not quite as like, there's something about a knife like that that's like just fantastic, don't get me wrong. But this is like smoother and similar in a lot of ways to the Waka, but no, you know, no thumb studs. You get this fuller, that's a quite good fuller. At first it was not very intuitive. This kind of cuts out so far. I was like, wait, where do I'd normally go right there, and that was a little awkward, so I had to learn to kind of go down a little further than I normally would. So that's the one thing I'd say about the Ergos is That's a little weird, but once you get used to it, you're over it real fast. And then, man, just curious if you could also roll it out. It's a little, the detent is a little hard to roll out, but it doesn't like pop out awkwardly or anything. You just have to give it a little muscle and then it comes out. Really nice. Wow, what a find. That is a fantastic knife. I'm glad I saw people floating these around and taking pictures of them and stuff, because I had no idea they had dropped or what they were. But they are really good. I should say I really like it. I'm working on always working on that emotional intelligence. If it's really good, it's arguable. If it's I really like it, you can't argue it. You can tell me I'm an idiot, but then that's you with the emotional intelligence problem, not me. Sweet. Really, really pleased with that. I could just sit here and rant about that for quite a bit of time tonight, but I'll let you get going and back to your lives. Just really, overall feel like that's a really great knife there. So all for now. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.